I periodically will buy things from the Guitar Center used gear site. I have over the years picked up some good gear, and oddly enough, at a below market price. The web interface is horrible. The photos, or should I say the absence or lack of photos, is just absolutely ridiculous. Also, they do not put any information about the instrument on the site. You have to call them, and good luck with that, getting someone to actually answer the phone. Then do not even get me started on their packing of your purchase when you get it and open it. I've gotten at least 2 guitars in the last year where they were actually upside down without a gig bag or case, just resting on the headstock in the box. And it wasn't that the delivery people had flipped the box. It actually had arrows pointing up, and they had put the guitar in wrong. I must have a short memory because I found myself on the site the other day. I was looking for 2 different types of Telecasters. One was the Vintera 50s Telecaster Modified, and the other was the Baja Telecaster. The quality of both Mexican-made guitars rivals Fender US Custom shop guitars in some cases, and in fact has custom shop pickups installed in both. Both guitars are hard to find, and when you do find them, you're paying US-made Fender prices for them. I thought I had struck pay dirt. I found a Vintera 50s Telecaster Modified for $800, which is an incredibly good price. The only issue is they do not come in red. I called the store and actually got to talk to someone, which surprised the hell out of me. They told me the guitar in fact had the 4 selector switch, and they were pretty sure that it was what I was looking for. The only issue was I forgot to ask about the S1 switch. I figured though, even if it was just a plain Vintera 50 Telecaster, the price was still pretty good for an excellent to mint guitar if it was in that condition. You see, you can buy a new Vintera 50s Telecaster for just under $900, and for a guitar in the condition that I was buying, the prices started about $700 but are more in the area of $800 and up. So there's not much of a gap between a used guitar and a new guitar. That's a really good sign on a guitar. That means they're a really good investment and hold value. This is how much that they are thought of by the folks that own them. If I had the choice to buy an American Vintage 2 Fender version of this guitar and the Vintera 50s Telecaster, I'd buy the Vintera if I was doing it as an investment. I've owned many of both, and one thing I'll tell you is the American Vintage 2 guitars, they just don't hold the value in the same way. If you buy one and then attempt to resell, good luck getting anywhere close to what you paid. You're going to lose money. But if you buy the Vintera, you will almost make back probably what you initially invested. The guitar showed up quickly, which was a plus, and when I opened it, it was actually packed well. It did in fact have the 4-position selector switch, but to my dismay, it did not have the S1 switch. It was not a modified version of the Vintera at all. When I looked up the serial number, it was just a Vintera. I was a little pissed off, but then I decided to take a look at the guitar. I've actually had this happen to me like 2 or 3 times in the past couple years from Guitar Center, where they will in the used gear section say that a guitar is something, and then when you get it, it's not. So when I started to inspect the guitar, here's what I found. A typical Vintera in red. The one thing I didn't want was the gloss urethane front and back, whereas the modified version would have had a satin back. Both have standard Fender scale length, number of frets 21. The electronics on a Vintera are supposed to be the vintage style 50s Telecaster single coil, and it comes with also the guitar a traditional 3-position blade switch, with position 1 being the bridge pickup, position 2 being the bridge and neck pickup, and position 3 being the neck pickup. The pickups actually in this guitar, turns out, are a custom set of pickups from Bootstrap Pickups in Ohio. I've never used them in a build before, and I had not played with them prior in any guitar. I emailed the company and asked some questions. They're very nice and replied back to me with answers in very short order. Here is a description of the pickups. With slightly taller Alnico 5 poles for the neck position, we're able to fit all the 42 AWG winds of our 54 Vintage Pros in a tele neck pickup form factor. Paired with a single transparent nickel silver cover, the neck position delivers a sparkling clean dynamic tone. The bridge pickup with A5 magnets is wound hot for a distinct tele style growl. When I took the control cover off and looked at the wiring harness, it turns out that it is a golden age pre-wired harness for the Telecaster. It has 4-position switch, and it's also made in Ohio. It says assembled and soldered in Ohio using top components like Oak Grigsby switches and CTS pots for the best quality and sound. The positions are similar to the modified, but without the S1 switch. So first position is the bridge pickup. Second position is the neck and bridge in parallel, which is traditional Telecaster. 3 is neck pickup, and 4 is the neck and bridge in series. So it basically takes the neck and bridge pickups and makes it into a big pickup, so it's like a large humbucker. So it's almost like the modified Vintera, and to be honest with you, I don't particularly like the S1 functionality anyways on the modified modified version, I don't think that it adds a lot of value, but that's just my opinion. One last modification is they installed Wilkinson compensated brass saddles into the bridge. I think that I actually did pretty well. I picked up a Vintera for $800 that's basically in like brand new condition. I took a look at it and I can't find any fretware. I can't find any dings on the body or anything like that. The one downside is the guitar has been modified. And what I mean by that is that it does affect resale value. The good news is that they use quality components when doing the modifications, and this will hopefully then not detract from the resale or trade value if I ever decide to go that way. But I think that I'm actually going to keep this guitar. I do like it. I probably have not learned my lesson, though, about Guitar Center used gear. It's like an addiction. It's kind of like gambling. Every once in a while, you do actually get a payout, but the problem is most of the time, unfortunately, you do not.